Hey guys, it's Eric and Brett from Living the Hard Life here. In this video, we're gonna be talking about portion size, specifically why it's important to understand your portion sizes and how you can utilize that to help you with your healthy diet and your fitness. We're gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on tracking food, or at least looking at your portions and kind of getting an idea of what you're putting into your body. So you can be really efficient and can be really good at understanding whether you're tracking really, closely or not. You know, whether you're using a food scale, whether you're just trying to get started and trying to just maybe intuitively eat, or you're just trying to better understand different sizes of food that you're putting in. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And, you know, this is something that Brett and I both struggled with early on in our journey. We've both achieved weight loss success pretty, in the past few years of our life. And we both now feel pretty comfortable with both gaining, maintaining, and losing weight. And this is one of the things we struggle with. Just like the typical diet nowadays, we ate way too much. And we really didn't understand portion sizes at all. We had no sense of portion size. We had no sense of portion control. And it was pretty much just a free-for-all, eat what you want all the time. And it obviously got us in trouble. And that's the biggest thing that people misunderstand when you're talking about your nutrition. Nutrition is very important for your fitness goals, but it's not so much really the specifics. I mean, if you want to fine tune it, your macronutrients, your carbohydrates, your fats, your proteins, those are super important. But what's most important is the amount of calories you're eating. We have another video talking about how to calculate what you need calorie-wise for the day. But you also need to know that in terms of your portions, because if you're eating way more calories than you need, you're going to gain weight. And so understanding this is huge. And like I said, it was one of our big struggles. We now have a great understanding of it. We now know how to portion control, whether we are tracking with scales or not. And so we're trying to help you guys with that. So the first thing we want to talk about or show you is just the effect of the dishware you use, the plates. If you look at the picture that I'm showing you guys here of these two plates, right? Two different sizes. One of them is a large dinner plate, or a larger one I would call, and one of them is just maybe an average size dinner plate. But there's so much more room on that bigger plate than on the smaller plate, okay? And so this is one thing when you're first starting out that you can really use to kind of help you, is if you use smaller plates. You're going to fill them up. I mean, a smaller plate is going to have smaller portion sizes by default. And so if you use those smaller plates, you're just going to be eating less when you plate your food, okay? Now, going with that, how we can take that a step further, Brett's gonna pop in here and he's gonna talk about how we can actually track those portions. How can we actually measure without the measurement?
Hey guys, Brett here with Living the Hard Life. What we're gonna be talking about is portion sizes, and kind of just to give you a general idea and a tip to work off of, especially when you're first starting out. Making all these changes initially can be very stressful, trying to get your workouts in, trying to make sure you're eating enough calories, putting yourself in a deficit already. It's very stressful, and we know that better than most. Now, for example, take a look at this picture that's shown on the screen here. On one side, you have the typical American Western style plate that's very heavy in the protein side, very heavy on the carbohydrates, and little to no vegetables, fruits, etc. On the right side, you have a smaller plate that's a little bit more reasonable, a little bit less protein, a little bit less on the carbs, and a lot more vegetables. Now, this very subtle difference in just putting a little bit less of the protein, a little bit less of the carb, and having more emphasis on the vegetables and the fruits you're eating throughout the day can save you hundreds of calories. Now, having just 100 or 200 calories here and there may not seem like a lot, but spread out over 3 to 5 meals in a day, you've now put yourself in a 500 to 1,000 calorie surplus, and you're going to gain that weight all back. So the most simple guideline that we like to show regarding your portion sizes is just by using your hands. All right, your thumb should be about the size of your fat portions. Your protein should take up the inner of your palm or the closed fist. Your carbohydrates should be about the size of your hand, and your veggies, your fruits, and a lot of these more nutrient dense but lower in calorie foods can take up about the size of your two hands together. So this can help alleviate a lot of the stress when you're first starting out and you're trying to track everything. This just gives you a more general idea of how to reduce your portion sizes to help with your weight loss. Now, this is also incredibly helpful when you're eating out with friends, when you're at a party and you can't exactly track the food that they have, but you still want to mentally track how much you're eating. So just by using these couple tips and guidelines, this can help save you tons of calories in the long run. And it helps a lot just when you're starting out. You're not really sure how to go about anything yet. And this gives you a good baseline before you get too much into your macronutrients, your micronutrients, and etc. From Brett and Eric here at Living the Harb Life, we'll see you guys next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Find us on Instagram, on our blog, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.